I've been a Sega Genesis owner for almost a year now. I got into retro gaming a few months before that. Discovering the Sega Genesis was a complete accident. The Lion King is my all-time favorite movie, even now at 18. While on YouTube, I noticed the Lion King game in my recommended videos and immediately clicked the thumbnail because I'm actually 8, not 18. I noticed a link to a site where you could play the game. This was Sega's website, and from then on I was hooked. Make sure if this video makes you want a Genesis, you are sure that all of the cords are included. So let's begin. This review is entirely opinion-based and just for entertainment. Also, it is for those who are considering to buy a Genesis and want to learn more. The setup for this console is extremely simple and most of it is self-explanatory. When buying a Sega Genesis online, be sure that the power adapter is included. We'll make sure everything is included, but if you have either only the RF or the AV, you'll still be able to play. Without the power adapter, the console very obviously won't turn on and you'll be disappointed. It has two different cables. The larger one is for the SNES and the smaller one is for your Sega Genesis. Next we have the audio-video cable. Make sure the number of pins on the cable match the number on your system. This is your radio frequency connector or the RF cable. There is a way to play with just the AV, so if your TV and console can accomplish that, then forget about the RF. Make sure to put your AV in with the word top facing the top, or else you'll be turning it all different directions and jamming it in. This makes it a lot easier to make sure the pins match up perfectly. Moving to the left, you're going to want to find the channel switch. This can either be set to channel 3 or channel 4. Put your TV on the same channel. Next, we have the headphone jack. This is where you can plug in a stereo phono jack to get stereo sound. There are no moving parts on or in the console except for the switches and the volume control. Last, for setup, you have two controller ports on the front side directly below the power light. These are all third-party controllers because I'm cheap, but I would recommend purchasing the actual Genesis controllers. First, we have the high-frequency controller. This is the controller that was bundled with my console. It was an okay controller until I noticed a certain flaw that made me want to throw it across the room. The buttons all work great and are fastened securely. It is a 6-button controller, so it is great for Mortal Kombat games. Something that drives me crazy about it is the slow-motion switch. I didn't even know the thing existed until I bumped it while I was pressing a bunch of buttons like crazy trying to figure out how to throw Scar off of Fried Rock. I don't even get the point of slow-mo. I've never needed it, it makes things more difficult, and it also acts like start is constantly being pressed. Why? Second is the Tomy, also a 6-button controller. I don't even know if it actually has a name because it's a third-party controller and it was super cheap, but almost equally as crappy. The thing I don't like about this one is how loose the buttons are. Look how much they shake! A pro is that it doesn't have that obnoxious switch on the back of the controller. Last, the retro bit is my favorite one. I love how little it is and how well the buttons work. Also, no switch on the back. Hooray! However, it does have a mode button, but it's not easy to bump and you can just press it again. Think your game is broken because the screen is black when you turn it on? Guess again. Most of the time the pins are just dirty, especially if the cartridge is used, which since the system was released in North America in, I think, 1989, and it's now 2016, they most likely aren't brand new unless you spend a fortune on a sealed one. The Sega Genesis has games for everyone and a humongous variety of them. You can choose from so many different genres, from Disney to various side-scrollers to blood and gore to fighting games with blood and gore, to your cheap, boring, somewhat awful racing games. Sega Genesis has something for everyone. The first game I purchased was The Lion King, and Castlevania Bloodlines is my absolute favorite, but I believe that the Sega 6-pack is the best game for a new Genesis owner. These include Sonic the Hedgehog, Golden Axe, Streets of Rage, Revenge of Shinobi, Columns, and Super Hang-On. And that about wraps up this video. I apologize if I got anything wrong or missed anything, but I hope you still enjoyed it. Thanks for watching and feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. See ya!